Might need Dave's help. Maybe not. I don't need a man. I definitely don't. You guys will see. Okay, so I'm going to share a poem, and I'm going to give a little shout out to the clubhouse before I do, because so I got divorced like a year and a half ago, and the clubhouse has been such a healing space for me because of ecstatic dance on Sundays and figure drawing on Mondays and this on Tuesdays. But the catch is, this is actually where I got married. So I kind of love that, like, somehow the place that did that thing is also the place that's, like, healing me. So there's that. So I don't need a man. All right, this is called Flooded Body. I have shit to do. Those were the last words I said to him. Those 5 words echoed my starved, wilted spirit. Like something called out, you must wake up. Your purpose is too great. Your spirit is too valued. We don't want to go on without you. Maybe if I can just release the memories, put something on paper. I was desperate. My own life clawing at me, be or not to be, do or not do. This in-between life was like embodying my own vampire. My broken heart, my trashed heart, my devastated, bloodied, shattered, tarred, and feathered heart. This type of break where you didn't know it could go that deep. You didn't even know the underbelly of those layers until now. This inner vampire was sucking on the breast of poison. No nourishment, yet sucking from the teat daily. And like a mother who continues to produce her sweet milk, this was a blood-oozing sore, never getting moments to heal, for the internal vampire kept things split open, addicted to the visions, only a form of protection trauma would later show. Like the beginning of an infection, only it was past the beginning. I had entered a place where the smell of death, of rotting flesh would be around the next bend if I didn't cry out, scream out these phases, the visual daydreams that haunted my daily experience. For my nighttime dreams became my only escape. The visions go as following. My heart beats through my chest just as I'm taking another breath. A steel-toed boot presses down, squashing the thin layer of flesh and blood. This sweet, beautiful feminine body, the one I shamed for too long, cracking the ribs that lay below. I can hear it. It's a slow crack, kind of like a wishbone you finally are able to snap. My last breath, then unsuccessful. Next, I sit in a chair, a faceless, bodiless thing pacing back and forth. I can hear the footsteps. Next thing I know, an electric current is set through my body. Waves shudder through my belly, past the heart, up to the tightly clenched neck, the neck that spoke and heard all the truth. And as my head began to shake involuntarily, it drops unexpectedly. I'm unconscious. My precious body and soft skin turned blue. Only memory is the fierce currents that shot through soul. I quiver. Drowning came to me multiple times a day. This big hand grabbing the nape of my neck and submerging me underwater. The oxygen escaping my body as my eyes were both open and then clenched within 1 second. Both wanting to grasp for air to save my own life. Please, please, I thought, and also surrendering, only exhaling into the blue, dark water. Hang on, I thought, as loud air bubbles moved their way out. The dream stopped in the middle. I don't know how it ends. Sometimes it's like looking over a cliff into a vast valley. The faceless man is walking towards me so quickly, he's not even yelling, just a silent, swift walk, large legs taking large steps. I can feel his power and emotionless rage, for empathy cannot exist inside this soulless body in front of me. My back is turned to the unexpected drop, and just like that, a calloused hand pushes my chest, just deep enough to shake my balance, and down I go, hundreds of feet. I don't feel the landing, I just imagine the death. And lastly, the rope, the most common occurrence. Whether I saw it thick and coiled on the floor, being cut loose, moving quickly, shifting the dust that lay on the wood planking floor, or maybe it was the chair I saw, the four-legged wooden character that would be the thing that either saved me or killed me. I never witnessed my entirety of my body from afar, just the chair legs and his easy, effortless kick. I hear the tumble, the same time my body is dropping its dead weight, and crack. I was gone just like that. I'm here telling these stories to you, so I must be alive. You're alive, I whisper to my sweet belly as I lay in a hot candle-lit bath, the hottest water I can stand so I can remember the feeling of my own skin, reminding myself to actually observe the sensation of the water on my numb, visually traumatized body. I'm here. I must have survived. These hauntings weigh me down like the chains of a ghost, an old horror film, where they were made with thick, heavy iron and hung on all areas of your body, barely being able to move your limbs, the sound of metal slowly screeching. You can't think clearly when tied up in these thoughts, let alone find motivation. These are the vivid stories of an extremely broken heart, a betrayed heart, a heart that loved and tried so deeply. She stayed so pure, and the pain, the disgust, the death that followed, that deep love that had ruptured had to be just as equally deep. I whispered to myself, I won't hang on as long next time, that I promise. And in the same breath, I hope there isn't a next time. For in this vastly changing world, I still would like to think there is a lifelong love for me. Hoping these stories can begin to vanish, like a spring day that lifts the winter, where love can exist again, where rest becomes that upon a bed of flowers. Because if I'm alive, reading this out loud to you, like a bedside horror story, then I must have a heart craving, dying to live again. I think I just heard that of a morning bird. Thank you.